So this is just a couple of ideas for different ways that you can play the song Argyle by Chris Tomlin. So normally his chord structure is pretty simple. He had a capo for this. I'll do it just without the capo. He has an E minor. God is greater, God is stronger is a C. God is a G. You are higher than any other. That's right. Like this, like a D. So it goes to 6, 4, 1, 2, 5. So there are a couple different chord variations that I like to use. And I pull this out in other songs, but we'll just use this one as an example. So one thing that you can do during the chorus is substitute this D shape with this D shape. It's a little more open. The bottom string is just muted. So I'm at fret 5, 4, open, and 3. So we're saying this. God is greater, God is stronger, God, you are higher than any other. So the main reason why I like this one is that it actually moves the whole voicing up. If you do this, you're forced to have either an F sharp or an A on the bottom, and that changes the voicing a little bit, and so it's cool to have this in the bass line. So the other thing you can do is you can actually change the chord structure altogether, and you can do something kind of like this. You can go, oh, God is greater, oh, God is stronger, God higher than any other. So it's actually an E minor to a C to an A minor to a B minor. So that's the 6, 4, 2, 3. So what that sounds like. God is greater, oh, God is stronger, God, you are higher than any other. Typically the chord progression ends on a D, so how that applies here is that we're actually going to end on a B minor instead. And the D chord and the B minor chord in the key of G are related chords, and both of them lead into an E minor, either in a dominant relationship or in a deceptive cadence relationship. So that's why in this particular case it works out in terms of the chord progression. So there are a couple things that you can do with it. So playing straight. God is greater, oh, God is stronger, God, you're higher than any other. God is healer, awesome power, our God, our God. You can actually put variations on these chords. So there's two that I like to play. They're here, and they're here. You can also do the thumb version, depending on how open you want it and what hand position you like playing. You can also change the position of your E minor chord. Play it up here. So you can have God's greater, oh, God's stronger, God, you are higher than any other. So there's a couple things here. So here's an E minor up here, or E minor 7, where you can play it just open if you want. And then E minor and C are very, very related in terms of the notes that are in the chord. And so if you just put a C in the bottom, you get a nice sounding kind of open C chord. So God, you are greater is an E minor, stronger is a C, God, you are higher is the A minor, than any other is a B minor. Kind of just play there. So you kind of, the different variations of the chords you're playing, I like to stay either down here or up here. If you mix those sets of forms, then you end up sliding a lot, which is not bad. It's just that you want to focus on the words too. So I try not to do that. It's a little too much work for me. Another kind of cool thing you can do if you want is that you can actually do a little bit of a slide, like chromatic slide. So you have God is greater, oh, God is stronger, God, you are higher than any other. God is healer, awesome power, God. Gives you a little extra flair there. Another thing that you can do is you can actually pull one of these chords if you'd like. But this one looks like is a, let's see, so this is on the E string on fret 7. You have 7, open, 7, 8, 8. And everything else is just kind of muted. So 7, open, 8, 8, 7, open, 7, 8, 8. And you can actually use this form, anywhere along here. So, you can actually do a lot of these kind of 5-1 kinds of progressions. And so one way you can kind of texture this is you can go, got stronger, got higher than any other, got a healer, awesome and power, God, our God. If you just want to add a little extra form there. Another place you could use this is, or what I like to do in this song is I like to change the chord progression in the bridge. Typically the bridge has the same form as the chorus. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against it? So you can actually change that if you'd like, and you can do a different chord progression. You can do a C to a D to E minor, so that's a 4, 5, and then a 6. So it'll sound like this. If our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? And you can add, again, to different forms of these things. So I like having kind of a bass line that is always going up. I don't really like doing this because it kind of breaks the bass line, especially if you're just playing on a guitar without any backup. So one way that you can do that in the forms. God is for us, then who could ever stop us? If God is with us, then what could stand against? So you can actually play a couple of these forms. And you actually really only need kind of 2 fingers to play this. To kind of add a little bit of motivation there, so it'll sound. And if God is for us, then who could ever stop us? God is with us, then what could stand against? God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if God is with us, then what could stand against? And so one way you can kind of tie this together is you can save this chord for when you're going back from the bridge into the chorus. So it'll be. God is for us. God is with us. No one can stand against God. No one can stand against God. God is greater. God is stronger. God is higher than any other. Our healer, awesome power of God. So just kind of a couple of ideas there. You can also, if you're a girl, you can play this song in the key of E, and it'll sound similar. It'll be a little different because the forms are a little different, but you can also do it in doing E forms if you like these. If you like these kind of open chord forms, you can use these. So when you're doing this key, you'll have God is greater. God is stronger. Couple of different ways you can kind of vary the chord structure similar to how you're doing it in the key of G or E minor. So basically it's the same kind of thing. The chord forms are going to vary just a little bit. Yeah, those are some things you can do to spice up Chris Tomlin's song called Our God.